Hey, everybody, welcome back. We're talking about information versus the selling of products and services today. It's a big topic that Aaron and I come back to quite a bit because Aaron, I'm still not seeing a lot of businesses adopting the information marketing empire approach, which we're going to talk about here today. I feel like a lot of business owners are struggling, still trying to just shove products and services down people's throats, and there is an easier way. We talk a lot about selling with less resistance on this show. And this is a big way to do it. Selling information, or really I should say the marketing of information, creates such a frictionless sales process. So we're going to dive into what the heck we mean by selling information versus selling products and services. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing amazing. And when you said we were going to talk about this today, I was like, oh man, we could talk about this all day long. I mean, the amount of clients that we work with that we help them craft these information first approaches. We've been doing this for 20 years.
Oh yeah.
And to us, I think it seems like the obvious thing to do, but for a lot of people, they're still not really exposed to the power of it. And so I think it's good that we're coming back to it today. And I think for me, I would kick it off and I try to explain this to people in a way that they could understand and in a real life example, right? So imagine, give me any random business. Give me, just choose one. First one that
industry.
Yeah, first one that comes to your head.
Let's call it a financial planning firm as an example.
Financial planning firm. So we'll go there. So imagine you go to a party and everybody's grabbing a glass of champagne and they're introducing themselves and all that stuff. And you meet a new person and you've never met this person before. And they say, what do you do? And what do you do? And you say, I'm a financial planner. Do you want me to manage your money? How well is that conversation going to go?
It's like this. Poof, guard up.
Yeah, boom,
Yep.
Right? Versus actually introducing yourself, introducing some interesting topics around your space. And I'll give you an example. I've got this client right now that helps people dramatically reduce their taxes, right? And he's basically got this 3-step strategy that helps you dramatically reduce your taxes, right? So rather than saying I'm a financial planner, do you want me to invest? Do you want to invest money with me?
In that example, right?
Right. He turns around and says, I help people reduce their taxes. So let me back up a step. I help people who pay at least $100,000 a year in taxes reduce that taxable amount by at least 80% through a 3-step process that we've developed.
Perfect. Elevator pitch, unique selling proposition, interest.
Now, somebody says that to me, I go, hold on a second.
You're interested.
What'd you just say? Yeah, I work with clients all over the world. Most people these days, they have no idea about how to properly set up, structures and how to properly navigate the IRS system and how to do this and how to do this. And we've developed this 3-step process. And our average client in a year saves about $300,000 in taxes legally and with no risk and no drama, with things that they just didn't even know existed. I'm going to go, tell me more. I'm going to say, tell me more.
Can we connect next week? Can we hop on a call? Do you have a card? All the buying signals now come out.
Right.
But let me stop you for a minute, Aaron.
Okay.
What you just did right there is you did an information pitch, not a products and services pitch. Perfectly.
Correct.
Now, that's easy to do verbally, elevator pitch, USP. We just did it. And it's important to craft that message, by the way, for your business. When somebody says, what do you do? What you just did right there, that makes a lot of sense to spin it into a benefit-driven answer and not a products and services answer. Now, the challenging part is to pivot that into an entire marketing system online, which is what we're going to talk about here today. That's the tricky part with a sales funnel and an information-rich offer, free report, book, webinar, demo, whatever the case may be. That's the lift. How do you now pivot that message into a system?
Yeah, and I think it starts with understanding the difference between the two and why. And the why is that when you just lead with your product or service, people feel cornered by what you're jamming in their face. They don't feel like there's any relationship established. There's no trust. There's no credibility. There's no give. There's only ask. And I think anytime somebody's ever come to you with an ask, if they've started with a gift first, a give first, Frank Kern uses this term all the time. He says it establishes a sense of reciprocity. As humans, we're designed to want to give back if somebody gives something to us. And so when you're leading with information, and that can start all the way from an ad to a conversation to a presentation, where somebody feels like, man, I'm getting so much value from this. There's so many things I'm learning that I was unaware of. And then at the end of that process, you say, hey, like, you can go and take this information and do some research and try to do it yourself, or you could do it with me and my team. And here's why my team is so great at being able to execute this for you. And now it's credibility, testimonials, case studies, la, 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 la. The prospect doesn't feel cornered by you just jamming the product and service in the face. They're like, man, I really like this person. I value the information they give me. I feel this sense of reciprocity. I feel attracted to them. And I feel like this could be a good partnership for what is the ultimate item that I want to execute on. If we even look at this show, the amount of people that come to us for products and services later on down the line that say, hey, I watched 3 of your shows, 5 of your shows.
Happens all the time.
I binge watched your shows. You clearly know what you're talking about. I got a ton of value from what you were saying. I know that you're the person I want to work with. Imagine the difference in the friction of that conversation versus, for example, I see, as we know, I have an agency, right? I see this other agency that runs these ads all the time, and all it says is, do you want us to run your ads? And there's a picture of them. And I'm like, man.
Jump on our calendar. Let's do a strategy call.
I can't even imagine the pain of what those strategy sessions look like, because now it's all on me to start from scratch and tell my story, build my credibility, connect with the prospect. Like that could take hours, could take days.
That's if you even get appointments, Aaron. I mean, if you're not going to that's lazy, by the way. If you're not going to take the time to provide information, credibility, third-party validation, all the things we talk about here, value, testimonials, and just say, book on my calendar. I mean, come on, right? You have to unpack this and really almost take two or 3 steps back if you want to take 5 steps forward and figure out a way to warm up a prospect with value and information. We'll talk about some of the mechanisms that can be used here today, but you nailed it.